Hi, and welcome to Camille's Country Corner. I am Camille, and on today's episode, we will be making some chicken and dumplings. And I'm going to be doing it the easy way because I have to work tomorrow. And the weather is certainly changing around here in Alabama, and it is so cold and chilly. I think I woke up to it being, 52 degrees, or maybe it was 48. I can't remember. It was really cold this morning. So let's get that comfort food going. Let me show you what you need for this recipe. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Definitely hit that like button. All right, let's get going. For this recipe, you don't need a lot of ingredients. You need some chicken of your choice. I'm going to use chicken thighs here. I'm going to make my own broth with this. I'll show you that in a second. I am going to use a little bit of chicken bouillon just to bulk up that flavor of the chicken. We're going to use some celery, carrots, and some onion, poultry seasoning, and then we're going to use some cream of chicken soup, some grand biscuits for our dumplings. Let's get started. All right, we're going to get started with these chicken thighs. I am going to be using about 6 of them here. And in order to not make my broth real greasy, I'm going to take the skins off. This is definitely the time of year for comfort food, and I am going to take a few shortcuts on this meal by taking a little bit of help from the grocery store. So that means, yes, I'm using some cream of chicken soup. You absolutely do not need to do that. You can make a roux and make your own. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to use, I think, 6 here. You know what? Let's make this an odd number. I like mine real chickeny. I don't know about y'all. Y'all. I'm not Southern. That's funny. All right. I grew up in New York. But these Southern people here, the hospitality, that is a true thing. Everybody is so nice and wonderful here. All right. To this chicken, I am going to add 6 to 8 cups of water. I'm doubling my batch here because I really like to have a lot of chicken and dumplings. And I want to have extra possibly to freeze for a later meal. So I'm going to do 6 to 8 cups. Trust me, this probably won't get frozen. It'll probably just get eaten. And we're going to put this on the stove to boil for about 30 to 45 minutes until I can shred the chicken. And we're going to go ahead and go on to our next step. All right, I've got a couple of carrots here. We're just going to dice these up, or coin them, I should say. And as for, yes, I'm doing my own chicken, but you don't have to do that. You can use a rotisserie chicken here. I actually even bought one of those just in case I changed my mind of how I wanted to make this. A lot of times on a weeknight, it's hard to make everything from scratch. So I get it, but at least I know what's going into my meal when I get to do it myself. I don't peel my carrots. I don't care. All the nutrients are in the skins anyway. All right, all of my celery is pretty small, so I would say about 3 to 4 stalks of celery. This is just what I had left. And I have about 1 medium onion here. I am going to use a little bit of garlic here as well. I didn't pull that out, but I'm going to use about a clove of garlic as well here. All right, let's get this on the stove and start cooking it down a little bit. We're just going to saute these veggies just a bit. All right, friends, real life happens here. I decided I didn't feel like sauteing those veggies. I just threw them right in with the chicken. Everything's going to cook together and soften. It's going to be just as delicious. And I'm going to go ahead and add my poultry seasoning here as well. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. All right, I added about a teaspoon of the poultry seasoning. It smells like Thanksgiving in here. It smells delicious. And I'm gonna wait and add salt later, only because I added that chicken bouillon. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some pepper, and we're gonna let this cook up. And then I'll bring you back once I shred the chicken. All right, I have shredded up the chicken here, and I have the biscuits out. I'm just going to lay them flat a little bit, squish them down just a tad. And we're just going to cut these into strips. Just some strips. You can roll these with a pin, with a rolling pin and some flour. I just have some wax paper here. And we are just going to strip these up, and then we will take everything to our pan and finish this meal up. I'm just using a pizza cutter here. You can use a knife to cut these. Pizza cutter's just faster. You can definitely make these biscuits or, the dumplings from scratch, but this consistency is so close to the real thing. I'm going to go ahead and take that help from the grocery store today. All right, let's go to the stove. All right, we have our water up to a boil. And now we are going to add our soup, our cream of chicken soup. I have 2 cans here. And I probably have 3 to 4 cups of shredded chicken. I went ahead and shredded that chicken up. Ooh, I am making quite the mess. All right, let's go ahead and add our chicken. Get a spoon, stir this all up. We need to bring this back to a rolling boil, which should only take a couple of minutes. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper here. And I am going to check this to see if it is salty enough. Nothing worse than something that is not seasoned. See, even though I put all that chicken bouillon in there, still needs a little bit of salt. All right. Let's just bring this back to a boil. All right, now that we have come back up to a boil, we're going to go ahead and drop our dumplings in here. Stir these up a little bit so they don't stick together. There we go. This will help to thicken it as well. Okay, so I am going to stir this occasionally so it doesn't all stick together. But I am going to cover this for 10 to 15 minutes. Bring you back when it's done. All right, this should be done. Wow, everything falls to the floor. I am the clumsiest cook ever, I swear to God. All right, see how the consistency has now changed and the dumplings are cooked through. And the soup has thickened. All All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. We're going to plate this up and we're going to give this a try. All right, now that it is done, let's go ahead and plate some up. This is nice and thick. And if you wanted it to be like extra comforting, you could always get yourself some mashed potatoes and put it over the mashed potatoes, because that would be delicious as well. Oh, this is going to be hot, hot, hot. But look at this bowl of deliciousness. Pure comfort. It just reminds you of home, like grandma's house. If your grandma made this, mine did not. But my mom would make this, and my dad actually made homemade dumplings. He was really good at making the homemade dumplings as well. And they were amazing. But this isn't a bad substitute. Oh, yum. Hot. So hot. Whew. All right, I'm going to sit down with my bowl of chicken and dumplings, and I am going to enjoy my dinner. And I will probably take this for leftovers tomorrow and probably eat this a couple of times this week. Who am I kidding? It's so good. All right, guys, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button, and we will have more homemade recipes coming your way. We are now in that full fall season, so look out. We're going to have some really good dishes here. All right, guys, glad you stopped by here today, and we'll catch you on the next one.